It is Saturday morning. It is 5:32 a.m. and we are about to get started. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a good Friday night, if it's Friday night where you are, or Saturday morning, if it's Saturday morning where you are. For me, it is 5:30 a.m. and I have a window open upstairs, and I can tell you, it is cold outside, or means it is winter, right? And that's probably a good thing. Nice, fresh, cold air, bit of cooling. And we're going to get on with the rest of the day in a more cozy environment. For those of you watching, my name is Toby. I am 40 years old and I am training to live an active, self-sufficient and adventurous life. I do that by minding my sleep, try to get between 7 and 9 hours, minding what I eat, try to eat within my energy balance. I try to eat 120 grams of protein in a day, do strength training, conditioning training, mobility training here every day. So if you are interested in what I'm doing, go ahead, check out my channel and subscribe. I'm going to start my warming up, and then once the warm-up is done, we are going to get started with the full workout. I always like to remind everyone that this is about the way I look. This is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. I want to feel fit, capable, and competent for whatever life is going to throw at me. And you know how life is, right? Life has the tendency to throw a lot at us over time. And whatever that is, I would like to feel competent and capable enough to deal with that. And I think we've reached a point in training where that is actually a reality. Like my general health and fitness at the moment is absolutely fine. And for a 40-year-old, I think we're doing pretty well. On the curve, I'm sure there are people who are doing a lot better. I'm sure there are people who are doing a lot worse. But if we look at the average, I'm pretty sure we're doing better than the average. And one of the reasons is that consistently over the years, I've been working on functional health and fitness. In other words, been trying to build the capacity to actually do what is necessary on a daily basis. And I'll give you some example. This is from feeling fit and alright when I've had a relatively short night or interrupted night with lack of sleep, to actually being able to go on holidays into the mountains and hike, getting a nice stretch in there, a nice hike in with the family, 10, 15 kilometers in a day, and being able to carry my children on my back when they get tired in one of those carrier bags for kilometers on end, up and down the mountainside. So there's a lot of range in the types of benefits being generally fit and healthy and capable for life actually brings. But those are just a couple of them that I've noticed have been helpful and useful for me as a person. Alright, so some hip mobility. And then we're going to find ourselves ready to get started with some swings. Today we're going to be doing a kettlebell swings program, friends. So we're going to do 10 times 10 swings And we're going to do alternating squats and rows. So working on the full body conditioning and strength. And the reason I'm skipping anything overhead is because I've seen the physiotherapist for my right shoulder. And hey there, thanks for dropping by. I'm going to check out your message in a moment and I'll reply, all right? Thank you for dropping by in the chat and saying hello. So I've seen the physiotherapist for my right shoulder, which had been bothering me, and he advised me to at least still for another week not do anything overhead since he treated the muscle, and to see if the pain and discomfort goes away, begins to go away. So that's what we're waiting for right now. I'm okay with that, which is why it's swings, rows, and squats, and then slowly we're going to add presses to it. And it's a bit of a bummer because I don't know if you remember from before Christmas, but I was pressing 16 kilos overhead, and I think I got up to 3 sets of 5, so I must have done something in the technique or otherwise to cause a slight injury to myself. I need to be mindful. Eddie Spaghetti. All right, Eddie, let's be a little bit less thirsty. I'm going to have to block you otherwise, but I do appreciate you dropping by and saying hello to me here on the channel. And I haven't seen you in the new year, so wishing you a bit of a happy new year, and I hope that you had a good start of 2025 and that you will have a good year working on your health and fitness or anything else that you're working on. And I'm glad to see that you are doing well. Okay, we're going to start the warm-up for the kettlebell swings. And of course, since kettlebell swings at its core is a deadlift pattern, I'm just going to start off with 10 deadlifts. Let's get a feel for it. How we're moving. This is a lightweight. This is 8 kilos. I'm just trying to get the movement and the movement pattern in. And it seems to be going quite all right. Yeah, there we go. Seem to be doing okay there. All right, we're just going to cycle through a little flow that involves a row, a deadlift, clean, and squat. Usually there would be an overhead press, but like I just explained, taking it easy with my shoulders just for another week. So we will be getting back all of the fun stuff like the snatches and other things in the weeks to come. We're going to do a couple of swings with the 12, and then we're going to get on with the program. The warm-up's nearly complete. Feels like we're in a good space. So, what happened yesterday? Because today is Saturday. Usually I'd be doing mobility on Saturday, but on Friday, no, and kettlebell on Saturday. But here we are. It is Saturday morning, and I am working on my kettlebell program. Well, the reason is quite simple. The night of Thursday to Friday was very interrupted, and I barely slept. So I decided to forego the training in the morning, and I looked for a moment during the day to actually complete at least the swings. But sadly, there wasn't an opportunity. There we go. 9 more sets. So, here we are a day later. Means that in the week we're still doing 3 swing sets, 3 kettlebell swing workouts, but missed the Friday. That happens, you know. Life is life. And even though it's the intention to show up every day for 20 or 30 minutes to do the work, it doesn't work out once in a while. I mean, what are you going to do about it? Nothing's perfect. That is life. I'd even say that if you do manage to stick to all of your plans and goals for every day, always, without interruption, that is either a very impressive feat of discipline, or you need to have a check on what's going on in your life, as you might be exercising a bit too much control on life and the environment around you. Hey, second set, 8 more to go. We're doing 10 sets of 10 or 100 swings this morning. So hey, this is the third set, going into the fourth one. We've talked about sleep, we've talked about nutrition. Let's talk about training. Because when it comes to getting fit in your 40s, staying fit in your 40s, we do really want to when it comes to being fit in our 40s, fit for life in general, we do want to have some sort of training routine in place. And there are a couple of things. That was 4th set, by the way, going on to the 5th. there are a couple of things that we need to really keep in mind to make sure that we are not just active, but contributing to the longer term goal of being fit and capable and competent for life. So how do we do that? Well, one of the most important things is consistency, of course. So moving frequently, varied, and often is going to help us. But what types of movement are we after? Well, we're after strength, we're after muscle building, we're after conditioning, and we're after range of motion, right? We want to be able to get down on the floor, be able to get back up. We want to be able to go distances at speed, going into the 6th set. By the way, don't have to win a marathon, but we should be able to get from A to B comfortably, regardless of the terrain. We want to be mindful of our strength going into the 7th set. We want to be mindful of our strength, so the ability to lift objects as we move, lift objects just in general. Think of shopping bags, tools, other utensils from in and around the house. So just keep that in mind that there are specific types of goals or functionality that needs to inform 7th set. 2, 3, 4. Certain functionality or abilities in our day-to-day life that need to inform what we then actually end up doing in terms of training. So strength and muscle size, muscle volume, right? It's resistance training. It's picking up weights, creating progressive overload, and making sure that we maintain strength and build sufficient volume of muscle to maintain strength, right? Then there's conditioning that could be done with a kettlebell. 8th set. Could be done walking, could be done running, cycling, biking. All right. Been on cycling, running, kettlebelling, or any other way, as long as we're building the aerobic capacity for short bursts of activity and extended, prolonged, sustained activity over time. And so we're working on our conditioning. And in that mix, also, what we sometimes forget is that we need to pick things, hobbies, workouts, right, that are functional, but that we also enjoy. It's the 9th set, and we're going to go for the 10th set right now. Things that we enjoy, because that way they become sustainable and enjoyable and pleasant And they become things that we want to do continuously over time. All right, friends? So keep in mind, right, that working out, we're looking for function. We're looking for strength, muscle volume, conditioning, and mobility. Because we want to build the capacity not just to move heavy things, not just to move heavy things in the gym. That was 10 sets of 10. By the way, we're going to move on to some squats and rows. So we don't just want to be able to move or lift heavy stuff in the gym, but we actually want to be able to lift our children up off the floor, or we want to be able to right? We want to be able to play with them on a playground, play with them on the floor, and be able to get up again. Hang, show them what a pull-up is. Inspire them a little bit on what it means to be healthy and what an active and healthy lifestyle actually is, because they learn those things from us. Want to be able to keep up with a demanding career with a lot of work that needs to be done. We want to feel generally fit and capable and competent when it comes to that, to be able to do the things that we want to do in life. So it's all about the way I look. I always say at the start, it's about feeling fit and competent and capable for what life is going to throw at us. And for those of you who are watching, my name is Toby. I'm 40 years old. I train to live an active, self-sufficient, and adventurous life. I do that by minding my sleep, minding what I eat, and doing strength, conditioning, and mobility workouts. And I've been here nearly every day for the past year. And I'm going to continue being here with you on this journey as we work our way up to being fit at 50 over the next 9 years, starting with being fit and competent and capable at 41. Juicy Tie, hey, hello. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you've been well. And I hope life is good to you. And I hope you're having a good start of the day or end of the day, wherever you are in the world. And I appreciate you dropping by and saying hello. That's always nice. All right. Continuing with the rows. Third set of squats, 3 more to go of each, and then we're going to call it a day. So, we were talking about working out, right? But I always say, focus on sleep, focus on nutrition, and focus on movement. And I think it's important for us to break down that movement and exercise are 2 different things, all right? So what that means, just for us to be clear, is you can move a lot without exercising, and you can exercise a lot without really moving. And I think it's a bit too easy for us to forget that day-to-day movement is going to trump exercise in a lot of different ways. One of the challenges we have in society is that a large part of our lives has become sedentary, organized. Food, supermarket, delivery, sit on the couch, watch TV, work, laptop, desktop, sit on a chair, work, breakfast, lunch, dinner, walk to the fridge, walk to the counter, or walk to the table. And this is taken away from what our bodies not only were built to do, but are capable of doing. I'm not saying there's an Olympian in everybody, but there's definitely an athlete in everybody. Right? But we've put that person so far away, so far to sleep, that we don't even move a lot anymore, which causes all kinds of problems. But to give you one of the most important one, 4th set of rows, it's sarcopenia, where our muscles just start to break down simply because we're not using them. Sitting disease, we're becoming weaker and softer and less capable by virtue of not using our bodies. So that's why whenever I have the opportunity on the playground with my kids, I hang a little bit, I swing a little bit, and I do a pull-up. And I'm looking for a way to incorporate running and pull-ups into my schedule again, because those are the only 2 movements as part of my routine. So the conditioning over time and the lifting myself off the floor or off the ground by virtue of pulling, that would require some more attention in my routine. Everything else being on the floor, crawling, rolling, getting up, climbing, sprinting, jogging, walking, lifting weights, like we're doing right now. 9, 10. And we're starting the final set of both. Right? That's all a pretty steady part of routine, but so is sitting. I sit at work. By the way, the difference between a sitting and a standing desk, the impact on your general health is not that big. Neglectable, but taking the stairs at work, going out for a walk, on your way to work, during work hours, in between meetings, every 30 minutes to an hour, those kinds of things. Those will have a serious impact on your general ability, health, and fitness. So when we talk about moving, right, it's not just exercise. but we're actually talking about our daily routines and the setup of our daily life, and whether that involves sufficient movement, activity, and exercise is one part of that. Just being too sedentary. And the problems that stem from that are not, and mark my words, are not going to be resolved by doing 30 minutes of whatever once a day. No matter how many minutes in a day, how many days in a year you show up. And the last one. So the workout is very functional, friends, to build capacity over time. But the general routine and lifestyle, that we want to adopt to be healthy and fit, well, that's something different. That's something we need to work towards, and we need to be mindful of. My name's Toby, 40 years old, training to live an active, self-sufficient, adventurous life. I'm done with my training for this morning. Started a half an hour ago. Kettlebell swings, squats, rows. This is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. I want to feel fit, competent, and capable for whatever life throws at me. So I do that by minding my sleep. Try to hit between 7 and 9 hours, minding what I eat. Eat within my energy balance, 120 to 150 grams of protein. Weight maintenance is the goal for me, building muscle and strength. Strength training, conditioning training, mobility training. Spending time with people I love and care about. Doing things I enjoy. And generally, just trying to live a stress-free and a happy life. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead, check out my channel, and we can continue this conversation. Eddie Spaghetti, Juicy Thai, thanks for dropping by, saying hi. Like I always say, the only way to get anything done, friends, is by showing up and doing the work. So, check out my channel, hit like on this video, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care, friends.